Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Paul, the plant parent, remember me? This is one of my updates on the lipstick plant, Aeschynanthus. This one is the Mona Lisa, very commonly found variety. This one is one of the best bloomers out of all the Aeschynanthus that I have. It's a regular bloomer. Come rain, come shine, it'll get flowers on and off throughout the year. And I've had about 2 bloom cycles that I've recorded on this channel, and this is the 3rd one. So I just want to show you what I did. I took this plant, I have it in a south-facing window, but about 2 to 3 feet away from it, and it's off to the side so it gets afternoon sun for a couple hours, but by afternoon I mean like 4 or 5 o'clock. And yeah, so I let this dry out for a little while to kind of give it a break and give it kind of like a season, quote unquote. And then I started watering again and leaving some water in that little reservoir with the wick. And sure enough, it's ready to bloom. So we've got 1 bloom here. We've got about 3 of them here. Very excited. You can almost see the lipstick tube in there. Can you see it? It's so hard to see in here. Hold on. Let me see if I can do it like this. There you go. So there's a little lipstick tube in there. We got a bunch that are forming here. They're still young. And we've got 3 of them right here. So yeah, this is starting to really fill out nicely. It's not growing huge. I removed some of the, oh, it's getting blurry. I removed some of the branches that weren't looking so healthy. Tried rooting some of them in water. It's hit or miss. Sometimes they root really easily. Other times you'll lose every cutting that you have. I don't know why. I've also tried them in other medium, and it's the same thing. Sometimes they root well, sometimes they don't. Like moss or even the yarn. I wouldn't try soil because everything dies for me when I'm trying to root it in soil. Not everything, but you know what I mean. I'm just being dramatic. But yeah, otherwise I keep, in the growing season now that I'm considering this, I keep a little bit of water in the reservoir, and the wick brings it up regularly to keep it nice and damp, and we should have beautiful flowers for a couple months now because it looks like it's starting to stagger a little bit. We've got some that are really developed, some that are starting to develop, and even earlier stage development buds. So that's great. These guys are just growing. So they always bloom at the end of the stalk of the vine. So this one is still growing, as is this one, but I guess after a little while, if it's ready, it will start to bloom off of them. Same with this one here. So yeah, that's how I take care of it. I really don't fertilize much. This plant doesn't get much feed at all. If I do fertilize it, it's gonna be every couple of months, I'd say. And I would use an orchid fertilizer that I have, Better Grow Orchid feed, and it does fine. It does great, and they don't seem to really need too much as far as feed. So that's that one. Now, another thing that I did, because I do have a pretty extensive lipstick plant collection, I have this one here. This one is Aeschynanthus obconticus, something like that. And I don't know, I'm not familiar with that plant, with that name, but you know, lipstick plants, as long as they are beautiful and and easy to grow, I want them, and most of them are. So this one was kind of stagnant. It wasn't doing much, wasn't growing. It was just kind of hanging out. So I said, all right, water culture you go. I want to see what happens. And sure enough, we've got gorgeous roots in here. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This is under LED lights. And as you can see, it started growing like nuts. Everything you see that has the bronzy foliage, that's new growth. All this is new growth. All this is new growth. Everything that's green is the old growth. So this started growing like nuts, and the bronze is because I have it directly under the LED lights. So just like a Hoya, this is, let me see if I can get some, I want to get this clear for you guys. Just like a Hoya, it sun stresses. I do have some water damage on here too, some of these spots that you can see. I got the leaves wet and they stayed wet for too long. So I don't know, it does something with the light, magnifies it. I don't know, it scars it. But you can see here, part of the leaf was shaded and part of it was in the LED light. So you can see this two-tone leaf here. But these plants love water culture. After I noticed, let's say after the first node on each vine, I said, all right, I'm gonna start transferring over a lot of the other ones that aren't doing as well either. Transfer them all over to horticulture. Every single one of them is doing great. This one is obviously the poster child. It's further along. I've had it in water longer, but the other ones are doing just as well. Some of them are smaller plants. You know what I mean? They were in like 2 or 3 inch pots, but this one is loving life. So what I do for this one is obviously it stays in water all the time. And I will top it off if it starts to get a little low. But then, like I'd say once a month, I dump out the water and I give it a very light orchid feed into the water. Not too much, just a couple of drops. What I do is I mix the fertilizer as per the instructions, and then I put it in a little dropper bottle. And then when I'm flushing and refilling the water, I'll put in maybe 5 or 10 drops. That's it. That's all this gets. And the rest of this is from the LED light, and it does really, really well. I really like this sun stress color. It reminds me so much of a Hoya, like not quite as bright, but like I guess a Rosie, or I don't know, not Rosie, Rosita. There's an orchid that not an orchid. There's a Hoya that I can't think of right now, but really pretty. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So if you have any questions on Aeschynanthus, lipstick plants, whether growing them in soil, like over there, or if you want to transition it to water culture, just reach out. I wouldn't take cuttings of this and put it in water to start it, because I tried that and it's hit or miss, like I said before. Sometimes they will root quickly and easily. Other times I could lose the whole batch of cuttings, and I didn't feel like doing that. So I took the whole plant out of the soil, cleaned the roots really well, and it acclimated, I don't want to say immediately, but very quickly, to the point where this plant is just gorgeous. It's more lush and growing quickly and viney, and I love the color. But yeah, so if you have trouble with Aeschynanthus or lipstick plant in soil, I definitely think this is a viable option. I love it. I think it's very cool looking too. I'm getting back up a little bit. So yeah, if you have any questions, just reach out. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell if you want to be notified anytime I upload a video, and I will see you in the next video.